angle it a little bit. So you have to be angled this side.
I always remember my picture when I really like my makeup. September, and let's dive into it. It really was a little bananas, but not for the reason that you think. Oops, forgot the car was on. Well, what did I say? September was bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. On the newsletter side, we had the content strategy for the month of September, and we also had the corner of the internet highlighting ladies who were leading the way and paving the way. One of them is Kaylin Darnell, who is doing an amazing job paving the way for sorority women. And it's so interesting because, like I've been saying, we are channels. I am literally a channel. I directly compete with shows that are on TV because people watch things on the computer, whether it's regular TV or if it's YouTube. To have somebody have millions of followers, there are TV productions that don't have that many views. So you are a channel and treating yourself as such, like Kaylin Darnell did. She's coming out of college with a full-time salary. Alex Earl, I mean, after her Dancing with the Stars moment, she is just a mogul on her way to becoming a mogul. How blurring the lines between private and public branding, executive lesson there. Like the way that she does it, worth taking notes. Then Becca Bloom, a teenager can operate like a Fortune 500 team. With the barrier to like start companies collapsing and to have AI now, I'm sure there'll be more products that are, I mean, everyday products get better, which is why September is bananas. So in the month of September, my 2 lessons, the first one is about Nana Banana. September is when Nana Banana hit the market really hard.
End of August?
I'm gonna fact check me.
August this year?
Mm-hmm. August 12th, 2025. Why I keep saying banana? In August, Nana Banana dropped. In September, I was full in on Nana Banana. So my lesson was teaching people how to make Nana Banana, and like the level of even just playing around with it for that lesson was so much fun because I turned myself into all of these like little magazine covers. Next level. My face wasn't really affected at all. I just took a standard photo of me. It was able to put on glasses and a little beret. Crazy level. So for me, the reason why Nana Banana is my favorite is it can take an image that you give as reference and add to it without changing things. That was the lesson for AI. And then the marketing one was kind of AI, but it's kind of not. So the idea of my prompt playbook. At this point, I have done 31 weekends of consistent telling you what to do on social media and providing a prompt and telling you what audio is trending. So I combined all my prompts into a playbook, which you can purchase now. Link will be down below. But the idea of this is you have these great words and basis to jump off on. One of my favorite ones in there is the claymation animation. I still go back to it just to make a picture into a claymation. The Hey Barbie one, we got lots of things in there. It's all outlined in the product description if you check out the link below. Then I continue. We don't stop the weekends. We're still doing the weekends. But the last thought piece article that I put out for the month. So one was the future of image privacy. There's a whole big issue of ownership of property photos because Zillow's automatically syndicating property images to their website. And Zillow does have the market in the same way that Facebook is superior to X. We can go on X and read posts, but everyone really goes to Facebook. And the other one exists, and there's other ones that are good. Yes, of course. So with this idea of, okay, we have a place where the attention is, but do we want to be seen? But the idea of AI crime with real estate, let me give you like a prime example. I love watching real estate TV. The new Owning Manhattan season came out. It was fantastic. You know what job he has. And you can Google the picture of this CEO. So this CEO's face exists online. you know where they live, and then there's house pictures on Zillow of that house. So now you have a photo of his face, and now you have a photo of his house. And say that you knew what company he worked for, and all of a sudden, maybe you could make a Zoom call and be on a Zoom, and my face could become your face, and my background could become the house of which maybe he works from home. And so this idea of fabrication of identity in a way that could be directly related to person-to-person communication or communication through digital technology, there's just gonna be a wave of crimes that you're not gonna be able to predict until it happens, and the fallen soldier will have to be the lesson for society. There are wealthy people who will do crimes with AI, and there are poor people who can do crime with AI, and there's middle class people who can do crime with AI because AI is very accessible, which is amazing, because the good that AI can do is amazing, but it's a sword. So whoever holds the sword chooses what it does. Does it defend and protect, or does it attack and kill? It's not the sword's fault, it's the human's fault. So we need to look at the kind of humans that we're raising. If we have a computer that can give us what we want when we ask for it by words and no technology skills, what are we teaching these humans to ask for? That's the real lesson of it all, isn't it? Anywho. So, and then that kind of leads us into the last thought piece of the month, which was why the next 5 years belong to human translators. So basically, SEO is out, GEO is in, but when I am searching something, I want to pop up to the AI search, not just the Google search. At this point, we have optimized the coding process to be communicated to through human language. So therefore, human language is now the guide for the computer. So the better you understand how to delegate, the better you can understand how to verbalize a problem, and even collaboration, because you're collaborating with the computer. And so there's just a lot of soft skill power in the use of AI. So people who are really good at soft skills, once they adapt, they're going to lead. So now we're in September, and my personal life, we had a trip for business. It was so much fun. These ladies I have done a trip with before. It's fabulous, it's wonderful, it's a sisterhood, and we got to go to Seattle this time. The first time we were in St. Augustine, and the trip was everlasting and lovely and wonderful. The group of women are all real estate agents, all from different networks, all from different areas. So much fun to like ask them random questions and just see how different each market is, how different just living in different areas of the United States and beyond. There's people who are global as well in that group. And the sunset was pretty. But then I made a mistake. I did choose to kind of deviate the plans for the group. So we didn't get to do one activity that was on the to-do list. My action-based orientated leadership kind of came out of me and probably maybe shouldn't have. So I don't know. That was a lesson learned for just feeling like I was a part of the group versus working for the group. And then the other side of it is to, I think this is more speaking to people who are starting businesses. When you're working with people and you operate from a place of building relationships, building rapport, and hoping for a long-term, success, there is an idea of building up your portfolio. For me, building up my portfolio meant that I wanted to price myself cheap enough that there's no reason why you would say no. Like, you don't even want to check my credentials because you're like, that's such a good deal. And then you kind of move into the best of your price range, because as you get better at this price that you've layered yourself so low at, then you become the best in your market at that price point. And then at that point, there can be resentment. Like, I think I personally started to feel this halfway through the year, where I was like, I'm priced too low. I am I am worth more. The expense on my part felt higher than the expense on their part. And when that is in balance, that means you're ready for the next shift. And that can be hard whenever the people you're working with only work with you because of the price range you're at. So when you're operating at that scale, how do you translate that relationship into the next phase of your business? But you use the leverage of what the opportunity gave you, because that's why you were priced that way in the first place, and move forward through the growth. And I think I am so thankful for all of the moments. And we actually got drone shots. Good drone flyer. And that added a lot of value too. But yeah, ever since knowing you, I got some drone footage added to my collection. So that's cool. Then we get back, and immediately I had to go to Dallas to go to my friend's engagement party, to celebrate that she's engaged. And lifelong friend, honestly the oldest friend I have, and it's so cute. I'm so excited for her. And then from there stayed in Dallas and went to a networking event that was at the Omni. Super fun, had a lot of great time with everybody, and then moved on from there. September to me was the lesson of like, I have a table that I have been waiting to sit at. And I mean, not that I'm a pick-me girl, but like the idea is like, hey guys, I have a great opportunity. Here's my price point. And then to have that opportunity be known, seen, observed for a full year, it's like, you know at this point that the let them theory. But like for me, when I saw that like 2 people that had been on my podcast hosted parties, it's like, well, if somebody spends 5 hours on a marketing campaign all about you, asking you questions, whether or not you thought it was good or not, if you thought I was good business for you, there would have been some type of reciprocal. So, I don't know. See, the lesson of kind of like the table that you're trying to sit at maybe isn't the right table for you, but that doesn't mean you didn't learn lessons along the way. But that's what I felt like in September. Anywho, went to Dallas, came back from Dallas. But immediately when I got back from Dallas, kind of went into this little logo mascot thing. Made a mascot, started designing more animation, but like my animation level increased exponentially because of Nana Banana. So before I was using ChatGPT to make these cartoons. Now with Nana Banana, like the cartoon level is just off the charts better. The fact that like Nana Banana is making better images, but then because they're better images, it translates even better to video to image. So when I take that like higher quality image with more refined detailing, when I put it in the video editor, it just, I mean, it makes it look like it's like a real thing. I think. I don't know. Oh, for my like group event, that was crazy sprint after. So like whenever I go to events, I promise 5 videos for like the single event that I went to. So then this one I was just kind of like, well, I've kind of been doing that, so let's do 5 videos for every like significant event of the whole trip. But the idea of my bracketing is like my pillars. So I have my baby bear, my mama bear, my papa bear, and then I have a short clip, because do not underestimate how well clips can do, where it's unedited and it's just a really good moment on camera. And then the last one is more of like a Gabby edit, which is usually the easiest one to do because I'm like naturally cutting that way. Papa bear is the hardest one for me, I'm not gonna lie. I like the emotional warmth of the mama bear, and I like being trendy like the baby bear, but to be a papa bear online, it's a little bit harder for me. So then I do the brackets for that. So the idea is no matter what type of person you are from this event, there should be at least 1 video that you like, including 5 options for a full recap video. What a sprint that was to finish all that content. I was having some dance breaks just to get through that stress. I was like kind of hurting in the eyes, and then I turned it in, and then I went to the Dallas networking event, and then had a few individual content pieces to make as well, which was great. Then we move over into actually posting the content from Asheville. It was so much fun to visit Cheryl. She took me around and showed me the shops. And she's like one of those real estate agents where she takes you around and then she's like introducing you to the owner. She knows the owner for everybody. She has a story for everything. We're walking around. We can't stop without her getting like stopped and said hi to. It's the second location, but then she was like, do you have time? Let me see. Calls her friend Ashley, who is a part of the family and is kind of the head of this new Fairmont building that is being built in Asheville. I mean, it's stunning, it's gorgeous, and definitely stay tuned for some more tea on that. But the idea of the Fairmont being in Asheville, it's gonna be luxury living right outside in Henderson. So like there's Asheville and then there's Henderson, so it's like the really close area to it. And it's like walkability, it's got this absolutely mountain retreat luxury. All 4 seasons in Asheville are enjoyable, so amazing opportunity on the way. Crazy. Then I went to IKEA for the first time in September. Is that September? Oh no, that's October. That's October. Okay. That's how I start October, is going to IKEA. But yeah, so I'm in the cartoon game. Crazy pop off. I learned how to make the cartoons more with ChatGPT, so that really built up the vocabulary and the building of verbiage to image, but then taking that verbiage into a new tool that exceeded the skill set of ChatGPT for image creating. Boom. Like leveled up so fast. Crazy. And then my favorite content piece of the month is this one. I love it. I just love it. There's just no reason not to love it. The reason why this one's my favorite is a couple of reasons. Every time I watch it, it gets better. Like, every time I watch this video, I'm like, wow, this is so good. 2, it's the first time ever in my career history where Sotheby's accepted a collaboration post. It wasn't on my account, it was on the host, but the host posted my video and then Sotheby's accepted her collaboration invite. So my post has officially been used by a Sotheby's account, and that's huge for me just because, you know, it's a portfolio moment. So that was great. And then we move into my favorite song of the month. I was listening to so much TikTok sounds at this point because one, I was like building up like before a big event like that where I know I'm gonna make a lot of content, I'll consume a lot of TikTok to have a lot of save sounds at the ready for moments where I need it. So Touch of Funk is an amazing DJ. Oh, I know what song it is. Duh! This song was everybody's favorite video. It had everyone included. I made them all do it, and like while we were recording it, they all just had so much fun. Like they were hyping each other up, they were doing the poses. So I loved that the experience of making this video was just as fun as how the video turned out. And this is the song of the month.
Sunrise, even in the nighttime, it's hard to adjust now, 'cause you're in a row. Do they do you real nice? How'd you like a new tone? Hard to adjust now, 'cause you're in a row. Yeah. When will I see you, see you, see you?
wanna hold your hand. When will I see you?
Feel it in the sunrise, even in the nighttime. If I was a wrong, where would you be now? Oh, stressing on my own mind, crying up on no time. It's hard to adjust now, 'cause you ain't around. Yeah. When will I see you again? Just wanna hold your hand. I just wanna hold you. When I see you again. I just wanna hold your hand.
Yeah, yeah. Another day, another day. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Another day, another day. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Another day, another day. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Shooting stars never hard to me. I'm so high, it's kinda hard to see. You know I'll see you again. You know I'll see you again. When will I see you again? I just wanna hold your hand. When will I see you again? I just wanna hold your hand.
Another day. Another day.
The song slaps, honestly. And that was September. See you in October. Bye.